Hello, my name is Nate Jones. I own multiple businesses and I run this YouTube channel. Haven't posted in a while because I'm going to give you an update about what's been going on in my businesses, my life. I used to post a lot of content on here, but I've just been really swamped business-wise. I've been trying to scale out my businesses from this point last year to today. We've brought on 8 new associates, 5 US-based employees, and 3 virtual assistants. So a total of 8 there. I'm a huge proponent of virtual assistants for administrative work, but we've been really scaling. Wexford, my insurance agency that I own a business insurance agency that operates in 47 states. Wexford Insurance. I'll have a link in the bio below if you're sick and tired of your insurance agent. We get inexpensive insurance at a good coverage, good price, and we've onboarded 1,500 business owners up to today, which this is almost December. So we should end around 1,750 new business owners that we've helped on their business insurance. They could be super small, they can be big businesses, it doesn't really matter. Then my other business, Contractor Back Office, where we provide back office solutions for contractors. We've had a pretty decent year of onboarding contractors for that. So where have I been? Why have I not been posting as much? Like, what the heck's going on? Let me just provide this one thing. First off, there is no freedom in entrepreneurship until you scale. Okay, so right now, I'm in the scaling phase. I'm bringing on employees. We're trying to bring on somebody almost every other month or every month if we can. Training employees, promoting people into management. Scaling out the business is way more important to me than posting content. Now, the content, the YouTube also is kind of a revenue stream. YouTube pays me. People will pay to have conversations with me. But it's not something, sorry, I thought there was a police officer behind me. It's a revenue stream, but the main business that I run, that I bring in all the money, is my insurance agency. Contractor Back Office is a good money stream too, but Wexford brings in most of my money. Okay, so as you find success in business, the hardest part is, okay, now you're making money, so what do, right? A lot of people, if they're not mature as an entrepreneur, they just say life is good and they start to spend money and they start to raise their lifestyle significantly to match the money, and they don't reinvest back in. A lot of people think, reinvest back in the business. You should be scaling out to work yourself out of doing the bottom rung of work. Okay, so at my company, if you want an insurance quote, we have 3 people on our sales team. We're going to have a 4th that we're bringing on in January. So we're going to have 4 salespeople at our insurance agency. And if you want a quote, you're going to be dealing with one of those 4 individuals. And they're really good. They know exactly what they're doing. You can call them. They're awesome. They're always responsive. They do the same thing that I used to do. Okay, so I train those people to be salespeople at our company, and they can make really, really good money. That's another thing, is if you're wanting to be in sales or anything like that, we provide all of our producers leads. And they're able to take those leads. They never have to make a cold call. These people are calling us and they're asking if they can have a quote to buy insurance. And if you end up closing that with one of our 150 insurance companies that we work with, you're going to get a percentage of that commission on top of your base salary. So we pay our salespeople competitive base salary, W-2, 401k, health insurance, very good sales position. We have people that are going to make really good money at our company, over 6 figures for sure. And it's one of those things is, as you build your book of business, you continue to have an annuity, because when people renew, we get paid, right? So the more people renew, the more money you make. So you call our company, you get that. Now, after you're onboarded as a client, we have a service team that handles any requests that you have. Maybe you buy a truck, maybe you buy a piece of equipment, whatever that you have going on. Throughout the journey of being a client of ours, you're reaching out to somebody on our team. So that allows me personally to not have to deal with client interactions, and except for my clients. I do have some clients that still call me, and I still want to manage those clients. I want to take care of them. But there are some clients that I am onboarding to our client service team because I can't handle all the clients that I have. So that's why we're bringing on new service people and new producers. So as I scale, where is the best use of my time? You should be thinking when you own a company, where if I spent all my time on this one thing, and you're never going to have all your time on one thing, but if I could spend half of my time or 30% of my time on that one thing to bring in more revenue. See, this is where a lot of people get it wrong, and I have some people that think about this. They think about it this way, and they're wrong. When you get freed up, you hire people, you scale out, I have more free time during my day. You don't use that free time to relax and say, oh, I built a business. No, you use that free time to free you up to go produce more revenue, which you as the business owner is really good at. Okay, so now my thing is, what do I do all day? Well, I call on my big relationships. I go to we have like 7 to 10 different websites. I'm managing those websites. I'm building out the media, building out the marketing. I'm doing basically funnels all day long to bring my producers more and more lead flow, okay? So my job now is not to take new sales calls, even though sometimes I will. Sometimes I'll hop in. Obviously, as a business owner, as you're scaling, you're going to be jumping the line back and forth on being scaled out and not being scaled out. God forbid one of my producers goes on vacation. Well, I got to jump in and take those calls. I got to jump in and be back in the saddle in sales. And a lot of business owners don't understand that. They're like, okay, I'm done. No, it's not a clean cut. It's a transition. Okay, so when you're transitioning into being a scaled company, it's going to take time for you to get out of that proverbial jumping back and forth. Okay, so my focus, if I could focus on the media, the funnels, and the relationships and the networking, which is high intent for me, I continue to feed my producers. And the more we feed our producers, the more sales they make. The more sales they make, the more we can hire more client service people to take care of those clients. And we continue to scale it out that way. So everything is fueled right now from the sales side, from the client retention, and really the sales side. So the more that we onboard additional clients, the more that we can reinvest back in to the service side. Okay, so eventually we have one of our salespeople that's going to become sales manager. That person is going to manage a sales team. Right now I'm managing the sales team. So that's going to free me up even more to focus more on the lead flow. Okay, so, and I'm also hiring virtual assistants to help me with the lead flow. I know what to do, keyword, I know what to do. I don't have the time to do it, right? So that's what every small business owner has. I know exactly what I could do to triple my business right now. I've said that so many times. Well, why am I not doing it? I don't have enough time. Okay, what could you do to give to a virtual assistant that's task-based to help you with that stuff? So we have 2 virtual assistants that help me out on the funnel side for more lead flow. So now I am overlooking that. I'm still doing a lot of work because some things that I need to touch because it's very important. It needs to be done right, and it's very complicated to show up and get tons of leads and do all the things that we do. AI will tell people to call us for insurance. So there's a lot of stuff that we do that's like super important that we need to make sure that it's being done by somebody who has that expertise, right? So there's things that I can do with my expertise, but there's also things that I can give away to somebody else that's part of that. Okay, so as you scale, a lot of people think, oh, I need to replace myself. I hear that all the time. You don't replace yourself, okay? You don't replace yourself. You replace a part of yourself. Okay, so that's the most important lesson right there. You never replace yourself. You replace a hand, you replace a foot, you replace a knee, whatever it is, to help you go faster. You only have so much energy, you only have so much time. So if you have 9 hours a day or 10 hours a day that you work, 8 hours a day is bullcrap. If you're working 8 hours a day and you're a small business owner, you're probably not optimized. So you have 9 hours a day. 30% of that, we're looking at, let's be honest, 2 to 3 hours a day that I can focus on the stuff that's really important to my business that I should be focusing on. Well, maybe an hour of that is something that should be going to a virtual assistant. That should be going to a virtual assistant that's going to do that work for me so that my 3 hours is focused on specific things that I need to focus on. So you got to be thinking of, how can I maximize what only I can do as the owner? What can only you do? And then everything else that's associated with that, how can you subcontract that out to either an employee or subcontract that out to a virtual assistant? So that should be your mindset on that. And as always, like and subscribe. And if you want a business insurance quote, or you're looking for a virtual assistant, you want to know, Nate, how did you scale out your business? How do you use virtual assistants? How do you onboard them? How do you train them? My virtual assistants are very inexpensive. They're around $1,000 a month. So if you're a business owner and you're looking for somebody for 8 hours a day, you can get somebody for 8 hours a day for, give or take $1,000 to $1,200 a month. So there's a ton of opportunity there for you to scale your business if you just commit to saying, I need help. You can't do it alone. You got to have help. And you got to also have extra money to freaking spend on the help. So maybe you're paying a lot in business insurance. Hit me up for a quote. Let me save you some money. Reinvest the money that you save into getting a virtual assistant. You don't even have to go through my company for a virtual assistant. I think we have really great ones. They speak English. They're very good. They show up on time. They do amazing jobs. But even if you save some money on the business insurance side, go find help somewhere. Go hire an employee. Go scale. You need capital to do that. So if you're overspending on your business insurance, we have literally every market out there. We focus on trying to save people money so they can reinvest back in their business and scale it. So as always, hit me up. I'll have the link to Wexford below. I'll also have a contact form where you can reach out to me if you're interested in the virtual assistant, or if you want to have a call. I have call with business owners. I have been raising my price on that just because of how busy I am, trying to guard my time. So I charge about $200 for a 30-45 minute call. That probably will be going up, but I'm trying to be respectful of everybody. I don't want to be one of those guys online that's charging $1,000 for a call, because I really don't need the money. I don't really need this channel, but it's also something that I realize that I have acquired some knowledge at the young age of 30 to be successful in business. So maybe some people might be able to use that knowledge and also be successful. So as always, please like and subscribe.